Intellectual property rights are a cornerstone of innovation and creativity in today's world. But what happens when multiple parties contribute to the creation of intellectual property? This is where joint IP ownership comes into play. Joint intellectual property ownership refers to the sharing of IP rights between two or more parties. This typically occurs as a result of collaborative inventions or projects where multiple individuals or entities contribute significantly to the creation of a patentable product, creative work, design, or concept. The importance of establishing a clear joint IP ownership agreement cannot be overstated. Such an agreement defines each party's contributions, usage rights, and responsibilities in managing the shared intellectual property. Without a well-structured agreement, disputes can easily arise, potentially jeopardizing the value and utility of the jointly owned IP. When considering joint IP ownership, several key factors must be taken into account. First, it's crucial to clearly define what constitutes active contribution to the final product. Mere sharing of information or ideas is generally not sufficient for co-ownership. Instead, contributions should be indivisible elements of the invention itself. Second, the agreement should outline how the IP will be exploited, including terms for licensing and commercialization. This is particularly important as joint ownership can complicate these processes due to the need for shared decision-making. Third, the agreement should address the allocation of responsibilities, including who will bear the costs of maintaining IP rights, such as patent renewals and registrations. Joint IP ownership does come with its share of challenges. One common issue is disagreement over how the IP should be used or licensed. Different parties may have conflicting goals or visions for the IP's future. Additionally, jurisdictional complications can arise when IP protection varies by country, requiring careful legal structuring. Licensing and commercializing jointly owned IP requires specific strategies to avoid conflicts. A well-crafted agreement should outline licensing procedures, define profit sharing and royalties, and detail each owner's rights to exploit the IP independently. Consider including provisions for non-exclusive licensing to certain markets or jurisdictions, which can provide flexibility and minimize potential conflicts. Dispute resolution is another critical aspect of joint IP ownership. Agreements should specify how disagreements will be handled, whether through negotiation, mediation, arbitration, or litigation. Including an escalation procedure can help streamline the resolution process and potentially avoid costly legal battles. In conclusion, joint IP ownership, while complex, can be a powerful tool for collaborative innovation. Key takeaways include the importance of clearly defining contributions and ownership shares, establishing comprehensive agreements that address exploitation and management of the IP, and implementing effective dispute resolution mechanisms. By carefully considering these factors, joint IP owners can maximize the value of their shared intellectual property while minimizing potential conflicts. Remember, navigating the intricacies of joint IP ownership often requires expert guidance. Consulting with experienced legal professionals can help ensure that your joint IP agreements are robust, fair, and legally sound, protecting the interests of all parties involved.